If you think about it, gardening is an exciting activity, especially for old people. Tom is a retired old man in the UK who is crazy about planting fruits and vegetables. One day, he bought a new house with a small plot of land, and the first thing he wanted to do is to till the soil. First, he used a shovel and tried to break up the soil. Suddenly, drops of sweat started to pour down his face, and he felt an acute back pain immediately. Looking at the mess in his garden, he felt disappointed. An idea suddenly flashed through his mind. What about using a machine to help me? However, the gas-powered machine seemed too big to pass through to the entrance of the garden. At last, he managed to get it into the garden and to turn it on. The smoke turned the sky from blue to gray. Look! The huge rotavator dragged Tom and swept him off his feet. Whoops! While in the hospital, Tom dreamt of using an environmental-friendly mini rotavator. Let's make Tom's dream come true.
The target market is small garden UK for people who set ground to grow vegetables, and the using frequency is low. Then we compare the cultivator and the rotavator in function, work pace, feature, and power. The function is basically similar. However, cultivator is smaller, rotavator is used in larger area with bigger power. Also, the rotavators are heavier, noisier, and cause a lot of pollution. Next, the current markets are two parts. The first is gas millitiller, which range from $200 to $500. Then electric types are cheaper, most lower than $200. Therefore, considering users' needs on price, frequency, environmental protection, we choose battery pack. Finally, we decide light, electric, and wellness millitiller, which is easy to control for all age of groups.
Our final handle design has two parts, upper handle and lower handle. Before we design the upper handle, we have done some market research. Here there are three different upper handle designs. The first design has a lever at the lower part of the handle, which is uncomfortable. And also the handle doesn't have any soft part, which means the user have to exert more force. The second design has two buttons, one button on the right side and the other one on the bottom part of the handle, which provide more safety for the users. The right side button may not be comfortable for the right-handed people, and the other button's length is too short, which doesn't match the ergonomic factor of human's hand. The third design only has one button at the bottom part of the handle. The button is too small and sticks out too much, which might cause the hand to be in an awkward position. For the upper handle, we have two different designs. One is slanted upwards and the other is slanted downwards. We will make the models for both designs and test them to see which one is more comfortable. We designed the upper handle while considering the ergonomics. The part where the handle is in contact with the palm is made of rubber to prevent wrist pain and is 12 cm in length. To prevent the users from turning on the machine accidentally, the upper handle has two buttons. The lower button is 11 cm in length and the upper one is 2.5 cm in width. To operate the products, first slide the upper button forward with your thumb and then press the lower button with the rest of your fingers.
Now here comes the part of the second handle. First is the comparison between two types of handle. The first kind of handle can be pressed down to rotate, which is very easy to operate, but we can only adjust the angle of the handle. However, when people are using a rotavator, they need the handle to be more flexible, so the rotary knob can be used. As the type 2 handle shown below, this type of handle can be adjusted up and down from left to right, and the angle can also be adjusted by loosening the rotary knob. Next is the ergonomics part. Concerned about the data of the ergonomics, the length of the handle can be set to 11 cm, and the diameter can be set to 3.9 cm. Also, the material inside the handle is rubber, which can be more comfortable for people and can prevent people's hands from slipping. Finally, here is a sketch that shows the whole handle and the handle in use.
We designed a telescopic shaft to meet the need of users with different height. You can simply open the lock, adjust the length into a comfortable height, then lock it and work. To determine the length range of the shaft, we take two data into account. Firstly, we test the working angle, which varies from 20 to 50. The second consideration is elbow height. According to our target users, we choose the data of 50 to 95% people in UK. Finally, we calculate the length range with these two data and the equation.
Before start the main body part, research about battery is done. We use lithium battery with parameters of 34 voltage, 800 watt, and the life can reach 500 times, and each time a duration of 12 hours. Lithium battery is particularly used in big machines, which require bigger power. The thickness is relatively thin with common value of 1.6 to 4 millimeters. Let's move to the main part. During this part, 5 key points are mentioned about the design. Firstly, the Dyson-style shape contributes to heat dissipation, which keeps the battery safe and realizes a great battery efficiency. Secondly, the special design blocks the dirty soil from going inside the motor, plus the position itself it is hidden inside, it is a double insurance. Thirdly, the U-shaped battery is used, which perfectly fits the body. Fourthly, the aging problem of battery has been solved. Lithium battery can be recharged over 500 times. If do not use for a long time, charging one time per 3 months is highly recommended. This means you can use 100 years, your lifetime long. At last, the beautiful dynamic shape motivates people to buy them.
The way in which the cable rests is designed. The road of the cable starts from the battery, which lies above the motor. It passes between the shell and the inner rod until it comes across a switch. Then it continues to go in the space between the shell and the rod. Finally, the cable is connected with the motor.
According to the research, there are 4 aspects to design the blades. Firstly, we found that straight blades is the best type because its efficiency and saving energy. Secondly, high tensile steel enable to guarantee its strength. Thirdly, using special material to coat the blades can extend its life. And finally, designing double-sized blades make it possible to balance the wear. As the sketch shown, the length of the blades is 7 cm and the teeth is 2.5 cm. We designed 4 blades in one well and 2 well distributed in each side. The width of center shaft is 10 cm. For fixing the well, we use a flexible pin which can be folded fixedly.
Using the product we made, Tom's life changed forever. Gardening becomes easier and happier.